Well, I'm getting ready for Carnival this year, which is on Friday and Saturday, and this is one of the masks that I'm thinking about wearing, and I'm not sure about it, guys. What do you think? I love the color, but I don't know. Anyway, let's get started with today's video on Gazini Ganados. Biggest shocks in Miss Universe 2019 was the fact that the Philippines did not make it to the top 10. The Philippines is one of the biggest pageant nations in the world. Since 2010, they've been placing no lower than top 10, from Venus Raj all the way to Catriona, obviously, who won in 2018. And Gazini was very much one of the favorites for the crown, or for at least a top 5 finish. And as we know, she made it to the top 20, one of the wild card spots, which in and of itself was a surprise. She had her speech, and then when they announced the top 10, she didn't win. But the Philippines did win Best National Costume, even though the wrong winner was announced by Malaysia. Okay, that was very confusing. Anyway, Gazini, if you follow my channel, you'd know she's one of my favorite contestants. Loved her, followed her beanie journey, followed her during Miss Universe, during her year of reign, and I think she was fantastic. And I was surprised that she didn't make top 10 and very disappointed. But at the same time, I think the biggest reason is just that the competition is so high. And as I was saying, throughout Gazini's journey, her communication skills was the only part where she left me unsure and where I wasn't so confident about her. And of course, the Miss Universe pageant, even more and more as time progresses, is becoming more about the way that the winner can communicate, the way that Miss Universe can deliver speeches, can touch people through what she says, rather than how she walks in evening gowns and how she walks in swimwear or in swimsuits. That doesn't really matter as much as her communication. And if there's any question about your communication, then obviously you can't be Miss Universe, especially now in the IMG era. And I think that's where she lost it, because during her top 20 speech, it was a little bit shaky, and everyone who made the top 10 did very well. Another big surprise was Julia Horta of Brazil. She also didn't make it, and I think she was a fantastic contestant, but I think she just was a little bit shaky during her speech, which is really sad, because I think normally she speaks very well and she conveys messages excellently. So that was a big shock as well. She just got nervous in that moment. What do you think about the emphasis on communication? Do you think too much importance has been placed on it? Should there be a bit more of a balance between that and how the contestant presents in runway and in swimsuit? Yeah, what do you think about that? Personally, I love the fact that the contestants are supposed to be women of substance and are supposed to be able to communicate and are supposed to be intelligent. That is great. It's fantastic. But I think that we should not lose focus on the fact that these are pageants. Walking in evening gown, presenting yourself well in swimsuit, the glamour should not be turned away. We should not shy away from that. We should embrace that. And I think I'd like to see a little bit more 50-50 of the importance in both, or maybe 60% of communication and 40% in everything else. But I just don't want pageants to step away from the glamorous side or be too embarrassed to put emphasis on swimsuits and on evening gowns. And I see that we're moving away from that. Obviously, pageants like Miss World no longer have a swimsuit competition. Same with Miss America. I don't know if Miss Universe will head in that direction, but it certainly looks like we're walking towards that eventually, as we become a bit more of a PC society and we shy away from typically feminine characteristics. And yeah, I just feel that we need to hold on to that a little bit more and not expect contestants to be perfect communicators, to sound like politicians or diplomats. I don't think that's very important and should not be the number one thing that people look for in a title holder. Another thing that I wanted to say was, I completely forgot what I wanted to say about this. It's complicated. But I want to see, oh yes, what I wanted to say was, career as well shouldn't be too much of a factor as well. I don't want to see only lawyers and doctors and scientists being the winners of pageants. I think if her career is just pageantry and charity work, I think that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I think there's just too much emphasis on we need to show the world that pageants are very serious institutions. I think that's misguided, because people who don't like pageants will never like pageants. Even if you have a doctor winning, a scientist winning, an engineer winning, they will not take pageants seriously because they don't. So don't just try to say that it should only be really the doctors and people with very fancy careers, you know, making it far. It should be girls who can walk the runway, girls who can present themselves well. It should just be about the pageantry and about women who are interested in making the world a better place, who work for charitable organizations. So the whole beauty with the purpose of that's fantastic, but don't shy away from the glamorous stuff, from the pageantry of it all. So let me know what your opinions are. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I still love Gazini. I thought she did a great job, but I'm very excited to see who will fill her shoes. Bye.